Welcome to our first ever instructional video here on TeagueTyler.com. Gonna show you guys today a little bit how to play a sit and go, as some people like to call them, or others call them one table tournaments or Texas Hold'em, anything of that nature. Kind of means the same thing. I'm going to start off here. We are playing a frequent player point satellite, buying for 70 frequent player points and get a chance to qualify for the Sunday 100 grand. We've got an interesting hand first hand. I like to play a little tight at the beginning, so I'm going to let go of that 4-7 offsuit. We can usually see a few people who like to get it all in on the first hand in these, and that's not what you want to do unless you've got the Rockets usually. So we're going to stay out of there, even though it's a pretty good flop. But there's a lot of action. This first hand, usually a lot of action. Got a pretty good tail, pretty good table draw here, except for Steelers fan over here, Dad 2LJJJ. He's decided he's gonna sit out for a little while. Maybe he's kind of gonna wait till he gets to the money. But see, we got a bet, 2 calls, a re-raise all in. I mean, these guys are just jokers. You know, we got Queen Jack versus Queen 8. Can't believe they're getting it all in there, but what can you do? Ooh, talk about a cooler. That was unbelievable, sick. Count your lucky stars, Saint Skitty. I'm going to be coming for those chips. Okay, I got another, that's what I like to call a speculative hand right off the bat, so I'm going to see a flop. We got 9-3 offsuit, which a lot of the big name pros probably wouldn't want to play, but I've had a lot of success with it in the past, so got a forced bet all in here. The G-Child. It's not a strong pre-flop. It's usually stronger if you can flop something, so we're gonna let that one go and maybe wait to die another day, as James Bond would say. I think either him or Vin Diesel. Jack 6, third hand of the tournament. We got a jack, so you can usually flop 2 pair pretty easy with something like this. Don't like the action. I mean, a lot of times we get in these early, people just throw their money around like it's no big deal, and I see the G-Child again. Oh, gosh darn it. Just pushing. I think he's just stealing blind, just pushing people out, just trying to be a tough guy. Shoot, I can't. Can I? He's twice in a row. You could have anything. You might have queens or something. We'll wait. We'll just say we'll play some more. We'll look for a little bit better of a spot. Whew. Speaking of queens, I got the bitches right now. Let's get these babies in. Whew. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so we got queens and a lot of action before us. A lot of action. We got two calls right off the bat. Check yourself. Our dad, he came back. He's not sitting out anymore. And we want to get some money in this pot, so we're going to raise it up. We want to keep people in the pot, so we're not going to raise a whole lot, but we're going to try to get people in there. So let's raise it to 37. No, we can't do that. Let's go to 47. There we go. 47. Pretty good size raise. Enough to induce some action. I think we'll get at least one call probably, and there it is. Calling right after the raise, huh? Must have something pretty good. Ooh, wow, that's a lot of callers behind us, and we got a pretty good flop for queens. We got queen queen on a flop of king 7-8 with 2 hearts. Got the flush draw, coming runner runner. Got second pair. Certainly something that we want to play. So we'll call that bet. Got 4 people in there. Catch a 7 on the turn. That probably didn't help anybody. Our queens are still looking pretty good. King 7 7 8. That's we got 2 pair now. We've improved. Our hand is stronger now than it just was. So we got a bet Dad. He was sitting out earlier, so I don't think he's probably a very good player. We're gonna see if we can keep him in the pot. We're just gonna min raise him right here and get some money in this baby. See if we can't get him to stay in and give us all the rest of his money on the river. Now Snart calls right behind us. He's obviously on a flush draw, or he has the 8. So get our money in and hope that no heart hits. Get a big lead right here. Oof. Ooh, we ran into a pretty man. Had quad 7s. Well, I mean, sometimes you just run into, we could have never, since the 7 hit on the turn, there's 2 7s out there. We could have never expected him to have the other 2 7s. I mean, that's pretty much the only hand that beats us there. That's about as bad a beat as you're going to see. That's kind of a rough one for our first video, but give you guys a little bit of a look into the deep thought processes of a professional sit-and-go player and how to exert. I mean, that would have been a great example of how to exert the maximum value if we hadn't run into such a bad beat. There's our first video. Thanks for watching. Keep logging on. Find some more next time. I'll show you how to kick some ass. So, thanks.